Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and on this episode we're reviewing New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, episode 117. If you haven't seen my shows before, I grade everything on a 1 to 5 scale. 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. Let's jump right into it. First match of the evening, we have Jacob Austin Young and Greg Sharp going up against Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, aka Aussie Open. Aussie Open again is proving why they're one of the best up-and-coming teams. I mean, they're already a top team in the world, but they're probably the one that's going up the radar the fastest this year. I really like the Jacob Austin Young and Greg Sharp team. I think I've seen them once before as a team. I know I've seen them both, but I think they're really good together, and I think this was a nice, fun match to start the show. The Aussie Open team picks up the win here. I'm giving this one a 4. I thought it was really good. Now going to our next match, we get Jake Something going up against Juice Robinson. I enjoyed this too. I thought this was another really fun match. Kind of a coming out party for Jake Something into the world of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know he's done at least one other show for them, but he really feels like this was him showing what he could do against one of their top stars in Juice Robinson. This was a really fun match. Juice does pick up the win here. Afterwards, we see Blake Christian attack him, thus setting up a future match between the two. I'm giving that a 4. I thought that was really good. Coming from that, we get a Juice Robinson promo. Again, talking about what just happened with Blake Christian. So we're going to see him and Blake at some point down the road. That's going to be an awesome match. Blake Christian is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. Juice is absolutely amazing too, so that's going to be really fun. Then we get a highlight package highlighting what is our main event, Fred Rosser versus Jay White. Jay White saying he's the reason that there is a New Japan Strong. Fred Rosser saying that he's basically the MVP of New Japan Strong. And I can't argue with either statement. Both guys were very instrumental in not only the development, but where it is as a company now. The rise of Fred Rosser to being the champion, being the Strong Openweight champion, is the most interesting story they've told over the years in New Japan Strong. We're going over a little bit over 2 years now, and to me that's their best story that they've had so far. This was a very competitive match. Jay White absolutely showing that Fred Rosser is on the level of someone like Jay White, who is currently the IWGP World Champion, and it did a lot to show just how great Fred Rosser is by how competitive his match with Jay White was. Eventually Jay White does pick up the win here, but this felt like more of a confirmation of Fred Rosser than it did of Jay White beating Fred Rosser. Now after that, Jay White grabs the microphone, basically says he owns Team Filthy and Tom Lawler a favor, so he's going to make a match. The next person that Fred Rosser defends his championship against is JR Kratos, which JR Kratos comes out, looks about as intimidating as he possibly can, kind of grabs the belt away from Fred Rosser, stomps him a little bit, setting up a future match there, which will definitely be a lot of fun. I'm giving that main event a 5. I thought it was fantastic. Overall, I thought this again was a really good show. I could say it, I've said it a million times if you watched all these. This is my favorite wrestling show of the week. There's my cut and paste. You could cut and paste me into it, saying that every week right there. Overall, I'm going to give it a 5. I thought it was really fun. The main event made everything else feel so much more important. The promos, the matches, everything on here, even the package leading into the main event, really made it feel like a special show. I really love this show, and I hope you guys are watching this too, and I hope you're getting as much enjoyment out of it as I do. With that being said, let's smash that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know yes or no. Are you watching New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong every week? Yes, if you are, how do you feel about it? No, if you're not, why not? Is it because it's on another streaming service that you have to pay for, or any other reason? But let me know what you think down here in the comments. With all that being said, my name is George Coles, and this has been my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, episode 117.